franchise has played in. Game 4 is back in Chicago Sunday at 1 o'clock on ABC. Booz, I want to start with you talking about the Bulls. How do you shake off a loss like this one? How do you come out differently and immediate changes from the start of the game in Game 4?
Yeah, I mean, I like what DeMar DeRozan said. You know, they made an adjustment to how he played, having that big game in Game 2. They steal that win in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, the champs, responded, right? They made adjustments. Guys got involved. They had a huge win in Chicago, historic win in Chicago. I feel like the Bulls are going to come out with that competitive energy. He talked about competing the whole press conference. We need to come out and compete. We need to compete. We need to compete. I expect a great game in Game 4.
It's interesting that you also said you thought when you looked at the box score and the very balanced offensive numbers you saw from the Bucks that perhaps they were sending a message with Chris Middleton sidelined.
Yeah, you know, it was the next man up for them, and you could see right away that they were aggressive early. But also I like the matchup with Drew Holiday guarding DeRozan. After man has 41 points, who's the player on the other side to say, hey, I want to guard that guy? That is Drew Holiday. He takes it personal, but also the way he plays, the length. He guards you from baseline to baseline if that's what it takes. He don't mind guarding you in the half court. And he took on the challenge. He made sure that DeMar DeRozan didn't get that 40. And that was the key in the victory for Milwaukee, is that they took away their best player. And then that's when you have to have your second player, which should have been Zach LaVine. He had to step up, and they didn't get the kind of services they needed from him. And
not only limited his scoring, limited any opportunity to that, the biggest playoff loss in franchise history. Here, a pivotal member.
Bobby Portis.
That's right. We want Bobby. All right, here he is.
It's a big game for us. No excuses to be made. One of our brothers went down, and guys had to step up. If we can run and jump, then you can go play. I mean, it's one of them days where you just got to make an adjustment and just go hoop, man. The basketball guys was with me tonight a little bit.
Was anyway by that, or how did you feel?
It hurts for sure, but you just got to play through it. You know, just doing all the proper things I need to do, taking all the proper medicines. Hopefully it goes down, but I mean, obviously it hurts. You can still see it still red.
Coming off that and barely playing in Game 2, like what kind of extra motivation, something like what did you use that to come into this game for yourself personally?
Nah, I want no motivation for no hit or nothing like that. I'm just playing basketball, doing what I love to do, playing free, playing with sweat like I've been playing ever since I've gotten here. So, I mean, that was just a basketball play. It doesn't matter that I got hit or not, but just going out there trying to win, play, play meaningful games, play meaningful minutes, and just try to impact winning every time I'm out there. Try to play the game the right way every time I'm out there.
Is there a conscious effort? You talked about like one of your brothers going down and knowing somebody needed to step up. Do you have it like in the back of your mind, like you need to be more aggressive because y'all are without, 20 plus points, or do you still just try to read the game? What's your process?
Shit, I just take the shots that's given to me. I'm a guy that I don't really just try to go get the game. I let the game come to me. So, if somebody doubles Giannis or they build a wall and I'm open, then that's a shot that you have to shoot for the possession. It's possession for possession in the playoffs. Have court setting, and obviously, teams' defense is always going to be built around trying to stop 34. So the guys around him have to be able to open the floor up and knock down shots and space the floor. So, just let the game come to us and, play defense. That's the biggest thing, staying locked in on that side of the ball and trying to get stops. And, when we get stops, we can just get the ball and run and, have fun on the other end.
What do you make of just the big starting lineup? I mean, you have Brooke, and Giannis in at the same time. What do you think that presents to an opponent?
Oh, no, man. We just trying to win games. We don't matter who out there. We just trying to, build our camaraderie, take it one day at a time, but still think bigger picture. And, just, work as hard as we can in that lineup, play the right way, space the floor, and play with confidence. That's the biggest thing. playing with confidence is a big thing out there on the basketball court. You know who's confident and you know who's not.
So I have 2 questions for your eye. The other night, were you having any tearing or like blurred vision that you couldn't
couldn't see at all.
Not at all.
I couldn't see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's not easy to treat. You can't put ice on there. Are you doing drops and ice and anything weird that's trying to heal, speed up the healing process?
I mean, when it happened, when I fell, I just fell down because I got dizzy and I couldn't see. I just blacked out. And then my vision came back about 7 seconds later. That's when I ran back down the court. And it was funny, Drew, I tried to post up DeRozan, and Drew was like, man, I'm not gonna throw you the ball. Yo, it's your eye bleeding, bro. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, ball, I'm open. And then he was like, nah. Then they called timeout. Then I exited the game and I ain't returned. So
Wait, you didn't have a concussion though? Because usually blacking out, getting hit there.
nah, I'm glad I didn't have a concussion. I didn't want no concussion. Knock on wood on that.
Zach LaVine had 15, 5, and 5. Here he is.
For Game 4.
Let's respond. You know, it's a game of responding. They came out, hit us in the mouth, and we didn't respond the right way. But you know, that's what we got another game for. I think that we just got to match the intensity. We saw how they played us differently, and got to adjust to it.
Billy said that he was hoping you guys would play with more pace, not necessarily fast break points, but just getting the ball up court faster so they're not always playing against a set defense.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I mean, if we take the ball out of bounds, we can't hang our head. For one, we just got to go on to the next play. Get it out fast, move on, push it up the court a little bit. I feel like I could do a better job of rebounding and pushing, getting the ball in my hands and playing a little bit faster. And then we got to throw the ball up. We get transition opportunities. You know, being able to throw the ball up, advance it across court. But if you don't get any stops, it's going to be hard to get out in transition. You don't be playing against their set defense if you don't get stops.
Zach, other than the pure shooting percentages, what do you feel you did in Game 2 that you didn't do in Game 3 here?
I mean, obviously, shot making's a big thing, but I think we just got to match their physicality. You know, they came out a different lineup, and obviously with Chris being hurt, we knew that it was going to be a little bit more dangerous because, you know, they have a next man up mentality. You know, they've been in that situation before where players have hurt and, you know, guys stepped up. So, you know, we got to watch out for that.
I mean, you talk about getting, like, hit in the mouth and not responding. I mean, how much did their start and just the fact they were hitting every shot, do you think, affected you guys?
I mean, it don't feel good, but obviously we just didn't have that same competitiveness. I didn't think that we had the first 2 games in Milwaukee. You know, we took a punch the first game when we went down 0-9 and we responded right away. We didn't respond the right way, so get to look at the film and figure out how we can, you know, do a better job of, you know, matching force with force.
Zach, you know, when they put Bobby in.
3-6 matchup here with the reigning champion Bucks and Bulls. The Bucks having handed the Bulls their largest playoff loss in franchise history, and that's a lot of playoff